Hey, Ando here from SenseiAndo.com. Today, a special guest. This is Sifu Randy Brown from Randy Brown Mantis Boxing. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel or visited his school out in the Boston area, I'll put the links below, make sure you do. Sifu, today you were talking a little bit about distance and managing of ranges. Do you mind sharing a little tip about that?
Not at all. I'll just take a second to say that it's great to be here in Southern California. I stopped by to visit Sensei Ando and grab some lunch and hopefully introduce to me some of this, well, all talked about pie that he's always had.
There will be pie, yes, yes sir.
Today we were going to share some tips for range management with you. And when you're fighting and how to deal with changing gears while you're fighting. The range changes constantly. It can be adjusting, but we get stuck in a rut. We get stuck in a gear. So first of all, if we're a little bit further out, so if you can set the range where you're just outside that critical distance line, that would be great.
Okay. Yep.
So critical distance, this line that I'm right on the edge of his longest weapon. So right here is a little too close. He's got those long legs. So right here is about where I'm safe. So here I can have my hands down. I can be more relaxed because there's no fight. If you can think of it as this is the DMZ. This is a demilitarized zone. And the minute I cross that, war is on and all bad things can happen. So I've got to be sensitive to this range right here. If I cross, I'm now in long to mid range. So I can start working kicks, but so can he. So if I start working kicks here, but he closes in on me, then I have to switch gears and go to punching instead. If we get to a grappling range where we're hooked up, we're dealing with elbows, he's trying to knee me. If I'm sitting here still thinking punches, then I'm gonna be in a bad spot. If he goes to break and release right here and I drop my hands, I haven't changed gears yet. I'm still sitting here in that grappling mode. And a good way to look at the grappling is many times, especially because Mantis boxing is so heavy in the hooks and the grappling, we think about the hook process before we actually get close enough to make contact. So you'll see people, they'll start coming in, throwing punches, your opponent's blocking, boom, boom, and you go like this, trying to reach and grapple, and then you get punched in the face while you're doing that. Or you get kicked in the groin or your knee or wherever. So when you're coming in, you've got to change gears when the range is appropriate. So now I can start grappling because we're close enough. And once we're here, I can start working elbows and knees. But if he's grappling with me, he's got his hooks in, and we stretch out here, this is now kicking range. This is where we're back. So I'm still holding on to him, and he throws a kick. I'm thinking, oh, I'm takedown, grapple. No, I've got to be looking at this. So in this position, this is where I should be thinking, okay, either I go to kicks, I change gears. I think, okay, I'm going to start kicking him, or I break and then I throw a kick because that I'm already set in the range, and if he doesn't move, it's a perfect setup for going right to that attack.
So, if I'm hearing you correctly, you just want to make sure that if you're practicing martial arts, that your mind and your body are together. You don't want to have your body stuck in one range while your mind is thinking about another range.
Exactly.
You want to make sure everything's working as one.
Exactly. And a good way to look at this is a student will often think before we're outside critical distance and we are already thinking punching. I'm going to punch you in the head. I'm not anywhere near close enough to being able to punch you.
Right.
I've got to deal with all this stuff with movement, legs coming in,
right,
and try to get there before I can land a hit.
Right.
So if I'm thinking punch and you're kicking,
kick, right,
then I'm in a world of hurt.
Right.
So I need to account for that. Then come in, stage. If you move, then this changes the game. So now I can go here and maybe go to a grapple because he closed on me, and I could look for a takedown or knees, elbows, and he's going to be changing as well. So if he decides I don't like this position, I'm gonna break. So if he breaks right here, good attack right there. Go right for the knee. Sorry about your foot. You can go right for your kick because they exploded to take that range back out even further than the punching. If I go here, look, boom, I go to punches. I can do some kicks from here, but mostly I'm still in punching range. He comes back in on me, I need to change that gear again and go back to here and grapple. Or I need to come out and go to punching. So, one aspect of this that really is important is, when we talk about guard, is what our hands are doing. If we go to that critical distance line again, I can be out here because I've got this range. He's got to do a Superman punch or a double kick or a flying knee to get me. So I'm not super uptight about where my hands are right now. But if I cross that DMZ and my hands stay here, bad idea. I need to be bringing my guard up and I need to be dropping my stance. Sure, I can be like this out here, but I come in here and I stand up like this, now I get thrown. Because we're in grappling mode, he's got a nice root there, and I'm sitting up here like this. So hands come up, hands can come down, you can take a break, come back up, and then they start tightening, and my stance starts dropping as I close in.
Yes, sir. That's beautiful. That's a lot of good information right there. Holy smokes. You drink coffee? Where'd you get all that? It's amazing.
I read a book on the plane here.
Oh, yeah.
It's very good.
So as you can see, Sifu Randy is full of all kinds of good information and concepts. Like I said, I'm going to put the links below for his YouTube channel and for his school in the Boston area. Thank you very much, Sifu. That was an honor to have you here today. Thank you so much.
Great.
All right. Let's keep building bridges, my friends, and keep fighting for a happy life.
Thank you.